Good afternoon. I'm Raine Musñgi. This is Newsfeed. Local share prices notch modest gains to push the market deeper into bull territory. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index went up by roughly 15 points or 0.2%, extending its winning run to a fourth straight session. The blue chip index is now up by more than 15% for the year. Value turnover picked up to 11.8 billion pesos, while gainers beat losers 102 to 100. Property and banks, the biggest beneficiaries of the BSP's easing policy, anchored today's gains. The property index climbed nearly 1%, while the financials counter added 0.4%. Ayala Land and BDO, the day's most actively traded stocks, surged by more than 2%.
The Philippines is also one of the attractive indices in the Southeast Asia. While we might see continuous capital inflows from into the Southeast Asian markets, such as the Philippines. Right now, the PSEI is still trading at a wide discount of 42% compared to its 10-year historical average PE. So we might see continuous inflows to the Philippines over the next couple of I think for the next quarter.
The matriarch of the Zóbel de Ayala family dies. Doña Beatriz Zóbel de Ayala passed away Monday. She was 88. The memorial service will be held on Friday, 9:30 a.m. at the Santuario de San Antonio Church in Forbes Park, Makati City. Zóbel de Ayala is survived by her husband and 7 children. In lieu of flowers, friends and loved ones who wish to pay their final respects can donate to Zóbel de Ayala's chosen charities, Friends of Elsie Gatches and Tuloy Foundation. Nearly a year of war in Gaza has battered Israel's economy, with poverty now threatening communities and even areas far from the fighting against Hamas. Economists warn the war has lasted far too long and recession is possible if the conflict continues. Tourism has also taken a big hit.
The sector of tourism is the first to hurt and the last to return. The joke in the profession is that either you are crazy or lunatic to be a tour guide. But this is what I chose, and I like this profession, and I'm not planning to leave it.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu insists the economy is stable and solid and will improve when the crisis ends. Meanwhile, a stern warning from the EU Foreign Affairs chief: the escalating clashes between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon threaten to plunge the Middle East into an all-out war. Josep Borrell remarks come at the deadliest day so far of the cross-border violence. On Monday, Israeli airstrikes on more than 1,000 Hezbollah sites left nearly 500 people dead and over 1,600 wounded.
The escalation is extremely dangerous and worrying. I can say that we are almost in a full-fledged war.
Prince Harry is bringing attention to landmine awareness, an advocacy his mother once had. The Duke of Sussex attended an event in New York highlighting Angola's leadership in championing landmine clearance and conservation. The event was hosted by Halo Trust, a humanitarian organization which Princess Diana also brought international attention to.
As you know, the Halo Trust work in Angola meant a great deal to my mother. Carrying on her legacy is a responsibility that I take incredibly seriously. And I think we all know how much she'd want us to finish this particular job. Angola, under President Lourenço's leadership, has set the gold standard for commitment and accomplishment in demining their country. This goes beyond just numbers, mines cleared and money allocated. It's about actual lives and actual progress.
Turning to the Senate Pogo probe now, Pagcor Senior Vice President Raul Villanueva apologizes for his statements. A former police chief helped dismiss Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Go escape. During today's hearing, Villanueva admitted that it was purely based on unverified information. Earlier, a group of former PNP chiefs strongly condemned Villanueva's claims as irresponsible. and demanded a public apology for the sweeping accusation.
I qualified it earlier in the last Senate hearing na raw information to walang I don't want to put malice on our chief PNPs. I'm sorry kung yan ang paka-interpret ng mga chief PNPs natin, but I hold them in respect because each of these chief PNP has their own legacy in the PNP institution.
So at least when you say you're sorry, does that mean to this committee that you are already issuing a public apology?
On the lighter side of the news, an exceptionally rare diamond necklace from the 18th century is displayed at Sotheby's in London before going under the hammer in Geneva in November. Made from around 500 diamonds, the necklace is estimated to fetch between $1.8 and $2.8 million. Little is known about the piece, including who designed it and for whom it was commissioned, but the auction house believes such an impressive work could have only been created for a royal family.
The jewel has passed from families to families. We can start at the earlier 20th century when it was part of the collection of the Marquises of Anglesey, whose Marchionesses, the 6th and 7th, wore it to the coronations of King George VI and Queen Elizabeth II.
And before we go, here's a look at today's market winners and losers. Those are the news this hour. I'm Raine Musñgi. Stay tuned to BNC on Free TV Channel 31, Channel 24 in Signal, and on our website, bnc.ph. Thank you so much for watching.